Hello Habs Nation, a great week start for everyone. I come with hot news about a trade that is making waves on the web. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss any Canadiens news we post here. The Montreal Canadiens reacquired defenseman Jeff Petry last weekend at 75% of his $6.25 million cap hit as part of the blockbuster Erik Karlsson trade between the Pittsburgh Penguins and San Jose Sharks. However, this homecoming for Petry is likely to be short-lived, as Sportsnet's Eric Engels reported immediately after the trade that the Canadiens could be looking to move him once again. With the ability to retain an additional 50% of his cap hit, Montreal is positioning itself to facilitate a potential trade during training camp or early in the regular season. While few teams would have interest in a 35-year-old defender making more than $6 million against the cap, Petry is certain to have plenty of market interest at a reduced price of $2.34 million until 2025. As Chris Johnston of North Star Bets and SDPN noted on an episode of his podcast, it makes sense Montreal would be willing to facilitate a deal. There's a strong history between the player and team here. Petry played just over 500 games in a Canadiens uniform over parts of 8 seasons, tallying 70 goals, 178 assists, and 248 points while averaging 22.42 per game. Montreal honored his trade request last summer, shipping him to a team thought to be playoff caliber at the time. Obviously, it didn't quite pan out. Petry himself had an acceptable season, scoring 5 goals, 26 assists, and 31 points in 61 games, and posting respectable possession metrics with a 51.5% Corsi for at even strength. Still, he was part of a quickly aging core in Pittsburgh that sputtered last season, especially when it came to depth scoring. The Penguins missed out the postseason for the first time since 2006, and only the second time, while Sidney Crosby's been a member of the team. That being said, Petry is still a good second-pairing defender, and an excellent third-pairing option if his next team shelters his minutes further. The right shot can routinely produce upwards of 40 points in a full season, and, while he's far from a shutdown defender, isn't a liability in his own zone. Per Johnston, the Dallas Stars are likely to emerge as a fit for his services. They've had rumored interest in Petry at multiple points over the past couple of seasons, and they'd been reportedly looking to add on defense earlier in the offseason. Like most other teams looking to contend for the Stanley Cup next season, though, it would require a fair amount of cap gymnastics to get a deal done, even with Petry's bargain bin price. The Stars are currently projected at $317.8 thousand over the $83.5 million upper limit for next season, with a full 23-player roster, according to Cap Friendly. Simply exposing veteran depth defenders Gavin Bayreuther and Joel Hanley to waivers and assigning them to the AHL would not clear the room. To add Petry, they'd still need to clear about $1 million to be cap compliant. The only waiver-exempt player on the roster who could feasibly start the season in the minors is defenseman Thomas Harley, although Dallas would love to see him take on a larger NHL role this season. Wyatt Johnston also does not require waivers, but he'll be sticking with the team in a top-9 role in 2023-24 after scoring 24 goals and 41 points during his rookie campaign last year. With that in mind, the Stars would likely need to ship a roster player back to Montreal in any prospective Petry trade to make a deal work, or make a corresponding trade with another team. If you think it's a good deal, leave your like on the video. Let's hope the best happens for the Canadiens. If you want to stay up to date, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any Habs information we publish here. Click now on the video that is on your final screen and check out just the news that shook the web. Until the next video, go Habs!